Earth Keepers. Today we are in our garden and we are going to be talking about the soil, the creatures that live here, and the plants that are soon going to be growing. Right now we don't have any plants because spring has just started and it's still too cold at night for anything to be growing. But even though there aren't plants growing, there are creatures that are living in the soil. One of them is an earthworm. We dug up some pieces here, and earthworms like to live in the soil. If you see the little holes in there, that's where they're burrowing, and that's how they help to break the soil down so that roots can grow and water can get to the plants. There's a little one in there. See how they move through the dirt like that?
Hi, little worm.
You know that when there are earthworms in your garden, the soil is nice and healthy. There's some more in there. We have so many in our garden right now. Earthworms are important. They help to keep the soil healthy and they bring nutrients up towards the surface. There's a big one right here. The earthworms like our garden because we compost. There's a really big one right there. So that means that we take the fruit and vegetable scraps that we eat and we put them into our garden and they get mixed around in the soil. That's why we have lots of earthworms. Pretty cool. Tons of earthworms living all in our garden to help us prepare for when we start to plant our seeds for the fruits and vegetables we're going to grow. Another animal that likes to live in our garden is a pocket gopher. He's really cute. He has really big teeth and claws that help him dig. And he burrows under the ground, and when he smells something that he wants to eat, he comes up out of his hole and he takes it and he goes down really fast so you can't even see him. He was out here one day, we got a video of him, me and Rory saw him. But pocket gophers aren't the best to have once you have your plants growing because they'll take the whole plant and pull it into their hole to eat it. So he's nice to have now because he, like the earthworm, he helps to break down the soil to keep it nice and healthy, and he mixes all the nutrients around so that we have good soil to be able to grow things. But once our plants have started growing, he's not so helpful to us because he'll just eat them all. But a pocket gopher, they're good for the environment, they help the soil, and they're also food for other animals like snakes or birds of prey like owls. So today we're going to show you guys, we're going to start our seeds because it's too cold. We're going to start them in an egg cart container so that we can start them inside, and then we'll move, when they got big enough, we'll move them outside and plant them in our garden. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some of the nice soil that we have over here. This soil is pretty moist and it's really fine, and we're just going to fill up our egg carton. We won't put any worms in here because the worms would not like to live in an egg carton. We'll keep the worms outside. And we're just breaking up the chunks so that it's nice fine soil so that the roots can grow go through. I should wet it first, or then we're gonna get some water. We have some water here. I'm just gonna put a little bit to make the soil nice and wet. And then we're gonna get our seeds. We are gonna start some summer squash and some tomatoes. And this, I'll do 1 row of each. You're just gonna poke a little hole. That one's a little too much water in that one. I just use my finger to make a little spot to put my seed. If you added too much water, just put some dirt in there to soak it up. And I put a couple of seeds so that if one doesn't work, we have a backup, just in case. You will see your seeds start to sprout like this. This is spinach that we planted about 5 days ago. And it's starting to come up. Now you won't be able to let your plants get too big using an egg carton because the roots can't go very deep because this is a shallow carton. But you can use other things like toilet paper rolls. If you got a little container, you could put your toilet paper rolls in and fill them with dirt and then plant seeds in there, and that would allow you to let your plants get a little bit bigger. But we're just using these to start ours, and we'll transfer them to the garden when it gets a little bit warmer. So we hope you guys are able to plant your own seeds and start them inside so you are able to see where food comes from. We're gonna use our spinach in our salads, and it's fun to plant something, watch it grow, and then eat it. It's the best thing ever. We hope you guys enjoyed our video, and we'll see you next time.
I'm going to my garden where the earthworm is the king. Ladybugs dance with me while pole beans love to sing. I'm gonna roll around in the compost, plant a seed or 3. When this crazy world gets me down, the garden sets me free. When all the seeds are planted and the summer rains along, the earth is green, the sunshine is so strong.